Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Ted's Booze Cellar with me, your most gracious host, Ted. Now, I'm recording this one only about a couple of hours, maybe more like an hour and a half after the previous one, and we are doing it again on another one of Tiny Rebel's products. Now, I'd just like to say hello and thank you once again for tuning in. I hope we're all in a generally good state, and if we are not, I hope we're all as good as we can be at as soon as possible juncture, and I hope we all get to go back to some sort of normalcy in our lives as soon as possible as well. So, naturally, considering that I said in the previous episode that it was a weekend full of episodes done on Tiny Rebel drinks, I thought I'd follow up yesterday's episode that I just recorded about an hour and a half ago of the Easy Living Pale Ale with another Pale Ale by Tiny Rebel. This is Cali Pale. So this is a juicy Pale Ale that is only 5% ABV, so slightly stronger than the one from yesterday, but still not too strong. It shouldn't really blow your socks off or anything, but it says it's got a colour of hazy paleness with a pine tropical smell and a juicy pine mango taste. So it sounds like it tastes like what yesterday's drink actually ended up tasting like. Now, I don't know if that would be entirely accurate, because the drink from yesterday described itself in a particular way and it tasted almost nothing like how it was described, but it was still a nice drink nonetheless. And it says on the back here, it has that weird line about "we have one rule, never just make vanilla ice cream." I don't know what that means. What does that even mean? But anyway, so yeah, I'm going to take a look at this. This was, I think, $2.79 from the Wine Barrel on Western Road in Hove. I quite like the colour and design of the can, but it's a bit plain and just a bit. There's not really much to say about it, so I'll give it like a 6 out of 10. It doesn't look bad, but oh well. I've definitely seen way worse looking cans. But then again, there are drinks out there that are generally worse than this, but at the same time have much nicer looking cans. I don't think canned Carling is great, but the cans for Carling don't look that bad. They're very sharply designed, so who knows. Anyway, let's give this a sniff and see what it smells like. So let's see if it actually does smell like pine tropical. Anyway. Okay, it kind of does actually. It has that sort of pine, sort of pina colada-y, sort of refreshing, juicy pineapple sort of smell to it that I think is really quite inviting. Very summery, very relaxing, but also a little bit party-ish. So, yeah, no, that's a very, very inviting, interesting little smell. So I'll give that a 9 out of 10 for the smell. Very, very nice. Not too strong, not too light, just right. So let's have ourselves a little palate cleanser of water beforehand. Now, let's taste the drink and see if it's as good as the smell. Or better, who knows. Bottoms up. Wow, okay, yeah, immediately that is definitely stronger tasting than the drink from yesterday. Holy smokes. It does taste good though. It does taste good. I feel like the description of the taste on the can is much more in line with how it actually tastes than the drink that I reviewed yesterday. Or the video from yesterday, I should say. Yeah, no, it's interesting. It does have that sort of pine, refreshing, tropically taste, and there is a bit of mango in it, but the mango is more of an underlying, undercutting sort of taste. So the mango part of it isn't too overpowering, which is interesting. Which is quite welcome actually, because I was kind of hoping that the pine tropical flavours would be the main concentration, and the mango would just kind of be a side taste. So that is kind of how it is. It kind of tastes like what if someone took the general flavour of a pina colada, took out the milkiness, and then transferred it into a pale ale. So yeah, it's got an interesting flavour, I think. And you can definitely taste that it's stronger than the than the ale in the episode from yesterday. That's for damn sure. Oh, this is actually pretty good. I would say it probably is worth $2.79 because I think I probably prefer the drink from yesterday. I think when it comes to juicy pale ales, even though in general I like pints and beers that are like quite strongly flavoured and richly bodied, with juicy pale ales I generally tend to prefer ones that are lighter and just a bit more fruitier and sort of juicy, generally speaking. This is quite light and juicy, but I don't know, there's just something about it that does, like, with the texture and the flavour is all really nicely brewed. There's just something about the underlying flavour which, while working overall, doesn't come together as seamlessly with the flavour overall as I would hope it does, and I can't really put my finger on what it is, but generally speaking, this is still a good pale ale. It's just not as good as the one from yesterday, and to be honest, I probably would be happy to go out of my way to get some more of this for myself in the future. Probably not as much as the one from the episode from yesterday, but honestly, you could do way worse than this. Quite honestly, this is a good juicy pale ale. I'd probably give this a 7.75 out of 10. It's not. It's good. It is very good. It's just like, and it just falls short of like maybe blowing my mind a bit, I feel. But again, that's, you don't always have to have a drink blow your mind in the sense of like its texture and its smell and its taste. You just sometimes just have to have one that's pleasant and enjoyable. And I think this drink meets that standard pretty nicely. So yeah, would buy again. Definitely recommended. Same thing as yesterday in that it's a good juicy pale ale to have at the end of a hard day's work or with a nice meaty burger. So yeah, very, very nice. I would recommend. And if you guys did like this video, leave a like, share and subscribe. If you have any suggestions for future episodes of Ted's Booze Cellar, leave them in the comments section below. And if you want to check out any of my other online shenanigans, I'll leave the links to my social medias and other YouTube channels in the video description below. But as always, I have been Ted. Have fun, stay safe, drink responsibly, know your limits, take a mask with you when you go to the shops, wash your hands, and I'll see you guys at the bar next time on Ted's Booze Cellar. Bye bye for now.